Hello and welcome to another episode of Trains At, and today we're at Ardwick on, well, I'm going to class it as West Coast Main Line, where today you'll be seeing services by Northern, Transpennine Express, Transport for Wales, Avanti West Coast, Cross Country, and maybe a bit of freight trains. There is 331 double, I can't read what it says, it's 195. But can't get you the number. It's 005 or something like that. But yeah, which I think will be going into Manchester Piccadilly or into Longsight at some point. There is a 323 of some variation. I cannot get you the number if I walk, unless I walk all the way up here. Let's have a look. 323 205, which is sitting pretty in the sidings down there. And yeah, I have had to get a bus here because obviously there's like 2 trains every 20 million years, so yeah, that's how I got here if you're wondering. So yeah, with that all being said and done, let's see what shall turn up. So the first train of the day will be a Class 323-207 with a northern service into Manchester Piccadilly. I'm not going to get all the timings and all that, well, the origin points and destinations. Here is 331031. With a northern service to, presumably, Manchester Airport. Oh. So that 195 is going off to Windermere. So, yeah. It's literally just changed a second. So, yeah, I'll try and get all the destinations and all that. Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. So, yeah. So, the next train to be coming past will be a pairing of 331s. Or a single. 331104 from, I don't know. I'm not too sure where that's off to. I think it might be running empty to somewhere fancy. Oh no, it's going into the loop there. As now coming through is a pairing of East Midlands Railway 158 running from Norwich to Liverpool Lime Street with 158774 leading proceedings. And 158777 on the rear. Weirdly going down the fast lines. Or the down fast. Don't know why. All part of the fun, as they say. To be fair, everything is running late. So, if I miss trains or whatever, yeah, just shout at me. Be like, that train was meant to go, yes, I know, you know. Trains are in delay, cancelled, and hithering yonder at this point. I picked the hottest day of the year to come to Ardwick. I don't know why, but anyway, let's wait for the next train, shall we? So now coming out of the goods loop is 195120 with a northern service from Manchester Piccadilly to Windermere. So this is obviously running empty into Manchester Piccadilly. And since that 195's disappeared, I can actually see down the line a little bit better now, which is a bonus. So the next train to be coming through will be a Class 323 for Northern, running from Stoke-on-Trent to Manchester Piccadilly. Works by 323234. Nice couple of sparks from the pantograph. So the next train to be coming out of Manchester Piccadilly will be another Class 323 for Northern off to Stoke-on-Trent. Works by 323237. I wonder how many times in this video I am going to say Manchester. So the next train to be coming through will be a Class 195 for Northern from Sheffield to Manchester Piccadilly. Works by 195112. Oh, that breeze is complimenting, given the fact that it's about 30 degrees. I shouldn't be out, but you know, part of life. The next train to be passing through will be a pairing of Class 150s running from Manchester Piccadilly to Buxton, with 15126 taking proceedings. And 15143 taking it easy on the road, with every window on that train open and the guard is doing their own thing. Oh god, you can still smell it as well. So now coming through will be a East Midlands Railway Class 170 running from Liverpool Lime Street to Norwich. It says. I can hear it. I'm going to look like a fool if it comes through there. Oh, there we go. With 17416 leading proceedings. And 17509 on the way. And the fans on that are doing overdrive. So now coming through will be 390046 off to London Euston. Got a fair rate of knocks and that pantograph's going crazy. Oh, I love it. Jolly good. So now coming through is another Avanti West Coast Class 390 from London Euston to Manchester Piccadilly. Works by 390011. City of Lichfield. So here is 220028. And 220029. And there is 195112 with a northern service to Sheffield. There is 323212. And 323213 running numerical order, same with the Voyagers, with a northern service to Manchester Airport. That might actually, I think I can hear my voice echoing, that's concerning. I think that Voyager's going into that loop there to turn round, because the fact that it's saying 14:29 minutes, a bit weird. To be fair, it is like 2:45. Yeah. But anyway, I'm completely lost at this point. Stuff's running left, right and centre. That's all I'm saying. So here we have 15129. And 15149. No idea where that's come from. I'm presuming Buxton. Wait. I'll be able to tell you. I think. Yeah, that's the Buxton to Manchester train. That cross country, I don't know. It's going into Longsight anyway, so yeah, joys. But yeah, there's meant to be about 5 million trains coming out that I don't know where they are, and then trains running late in. But yeah, anyway. So the next train to be coming past will be a Transport for Wales Class 197 running from Holyhead to Manchester Airport. Works by 197126. Jolly good. So the next train to be coming through will be 195110. With a northern service from, I'm presuming, Barrow-in-Furness or Windermere down to Manchester Airport. And just up there is a TUI 787 Dreamliner off from some far and distant land. If you can see that, it's just there above the pylons. Excuse you, 185. Yeah, it's just up above the pylons there. Right. Anyway, I'm not at the airport, so I shouldn't be playing Sporting or Stockport. Anyway, so we have about 5 million trains coming through now. The first will be, if this is quick enough, a Class 323, 323207 with an Ardwick service through. A cross-country Voyager, which is coming from Bristol, Temple Meads to Manchester Piccadilly. I'll get the numbers once this 323 comes through, with a service from Hadfield to Manchester Piccadilly. This is works by 323203. So that was 323203. And then creeping through slowly is a cross-country Voyager running from Bristol to Manchester. Which is 220015. There is a pair of 323s down there, which is working a service from Manchester Piccadilly to Blackpool North. I won't be able to get the numbers for you because this cross country is taking forever. Should be able to see it go through there, I think. There you go, just see the pantograph. Might be able to get the rear for you. Indeed I can, 323236. And then, are you going to move? Or are you still got a red round here? Yeah, right. Yeah, I am sorry if the video did cut. It is because, obviously, the driver horned and I flipped the camera on accident. So, yes. Blame me on that, but yeah, once everything gets moving again, I'll catch you up. So now getting ready to disappear is a 220. Should tell from the bogies by now. Someone's just used the toilet in coach C. The 185 isn't moving just yet. That is from Ardwick Depot into Manchester Piccadilly. I'll get the numbers and whatnot when she leaves. So here is a class 195012, which I am presuming has come from Rose Hill Marple to Manchester Piccadilly. I tell a fib. This has come from Sheffield to Manchester, I think. I'll double check because everything's coming at me at once. I don't know which is going to come out. Something's coming out from there. I don't know. It's a 331 or some variation. Yeah. I'm going to double check with everything. And I'll catch up with you in a sec. So now coming through is a pairing of 331s. 331029, which I'm presuming has terminated at Manchester Piccadilly. With 331026 on the rear. As now coming through is a Transport for Wales class 197. Oh look, we're getting spotted by calves in this shot. Apart from Siemens over there. Cheeky. So I've got 3 calves in one shot. If anyone can beat me, try me. It's pairing as well. Joys. So this is 197001, which has come in from Milford Haven. With 197114 on the rear. Right, there we go. I think the 195 is getting ready to go. I think. That's something's rolling up. Oh, it's a 185. Here's me oblivious to everything. So that 195 is going off to 195012 is going off to Newton Heath. And this is works about 185115. And 185109 on the rear. Jolly good. Jeez, it seems weird for that to go down the wrong track. Anyhow, there is a 397 coming through. Another 2 cafe units in one shot. God, we're being spoiled today. So, this is going off to Glasgow Central. And 15271 is off to Chester. That's off to Glasgow Central, 397011. Ooh, I can smell the Chinese. Ooh. Yeah, I can smell the Chinese and it's making me really hungry now. Anyway. So here comes a Class 323 for Northern, 323203 with a Northern service to Hadfield. Not hanging around. Jolly good. Now going is 195012 off to Newton Heath. As coming through now, really slowly, is a Class 18 pairing of Class 185s for Trans-Pennine Express. (185) 140 on the front. And 185 131 on the rear. With a service from Cleethorpes to Liverpool Lime Street. No idea why they've not put that in front of that, but I don't, yeah. It's all part of the fun, they say. So now 397011's disappearing off. There is a pairing of 185s coming through. Indeed there is. 185 128. And 185 105, which is working a service from Manchester, not Manchester Piccadilly, Liverpool Lime Street to Cleethorpes. Lovely. So the next few trains to be coming past will be first 390 104, sorry, with a with an Avanti West Coast service to Manchester Piccadilly from London Euston, and then also coming through is another 390 Pendolino, which will be running from Manchester Piccadilly to London Euston. He says, as he's literally just watched like half of it pull out of the station. Yes, coming. It's a shame that I can't stand on that bridge up there, but so this is Works by 390011. Lovely stuff. So we have a pairing of 331s going off to Manchester Airport behind the Avanti. There is a pairing of Class 150s, 150 149 leading proceedings, presumably going into Longsight. Then there is a 323 off to some far and distant land. Then 390 something or other is now leaving to go into Manchester Piccadilly for like 10 minutes. There should be another there should be a freight train coming through. Don't know where that is. Everything's gone to pot. I don't know what is. what, but hey ho. There's Alston Pendolino. I have got the model of this train in Virgin Trains at home. If you watch my West Coast Main Line's diversion video, yes, it is the exact train. Go and watch that, because that'll explain why and how I ended up with that train stalking in my bedroom. But anyway, without having me going on another rant, there is another plane down there. Don't know what airline. I think there's one. There you go, Qatar. Going off to Doha, I think. Anyway, so the next train to be coming in will be a Class 150/2 for Northern, running from Chester to Manchester Piccadilly. And the freight train is just at Deansgate, so it's not too far away. And this is works by 150 to 11. So this will be more of a sight now. 152s in Manchester seems weird as anything. Even though the 152s aren't much better than the 151s, but anyway. So the next train to be coming through will be a cross-country Voyager running from Bournemouth to Manchester Piccadilly. And then behind that there is a pairing of 323s running from Manchester Airport to Blackpool North, that's the one. So this is works by 221136. 323s, I'll have to... Should be able to see the pantographs and recognise the number from that, can't you? There's one pantograph, there's two. Anyway, so the rear of that consist is 323212. Don't know what the front is, but make it up politely. As I was just getting some water, you just missed a Class 185 off to Huddersfield. And then behind me, it says, with a green light, as it's literally just not looked behind him. I'm not going to try and do Michael Jackson onto the tracks. There is a Class 802 of some variation, or TransPennine of some variation, off to Manchester Airport, 397. Nice little sparks from the panto graph. I think that TransPennine has come from Edinburgh to the airport. Yes, that is an Edinburgh to the airport train, as it hides behind the cross country. There it goes. Cross country is waiting for another cross country to come out. There is a 331 which is doing some other thing is down there. Yeah, and everything's just gone into chaos. I love it, you know, part of my life and part of my hobby, which is this. So now coming through is the Transport for Wales Class 197, 197114 leading proceedings, and 197001 off to Fishguard Harbour, and 221136 is now off into Manchester Piccadilly. Where's this? I don't know where that freight train is. If I come over this way, I can't see it, so yeah. As you can just see, the Voyager going in, and the nice shot of that and that. There you go. Seeing a bit of everything. All we need is a pigeon. If you know, you know. So coming through here is a Northern Class 195 off to Newton Heath, with 195012 bringing it through. Jolly good. And then coming through is a Class 66 for Freightliner running from Trafford Park to London Gateway. Works by 66528. Mage Elliott MBE. Bamboo flooring. Interesting. With a fairly mixed consist of containers, which is partially fresh air. With a flat wheel in there as well, just for good measure. And now coming through is a Class 1974 Transport for Wales, which is a working day service from Manchester Airport to Holyhead, which is works by 197126, with some of the fans doing overdrive. And also coming in is a Class 323 for Northern, which should, I don't know where this is actually coming from, to be honest, 323-208. Might have come in from Crewe. Yeah, I'm going to say Crewe, just for good measure. So the next train to be coming through will be a Class 323 for Northern, which is running a service from Manchester Piccadilly to Crewe via Manchester Airport, which is works by really bouncy 323-243. Wonderful. So now coming through is a Class 195 for Northern, which is working a service to Barrow in Furness, which is works by 195-110, which is a rather full service. Afternoon, Mr. Magpie. And there should be a 185 coming round in a minute. Well, I've seen it come out of Piccadilly. Don't know where it's going, but I'm going to give it another minute or so and see. It might actually be coming down here. It's my only thingy. Yeah, I can see it. I'm going to keep recording on the off chance it keeps going. It's not going into Ardwick. Unless it's going around into Victoria. I don't know. Anyway, so this is working a service to Scarborough, works by 185-107 on the front and 185-127 on the rear. Working that bend quite nicely. And here is 150-106. And 150-104, which I'm presuming is coming from Buxton. And it is going in down there. Jolly good. So our final train of the day will be 156428. With a northern service from Longsight, running empty coach in stock. And here is 331026. And 331029 with a northern service to Liverpool Lime Street. And as they continue with their services, I will leave it there. Thank you all very much for watching. It is greatly appreciated. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, comment, share, all that jazz. It's my first time being here and I have really enjoyed it. Like, I think it's better than Piccadilly. Like, yeah. And coming through now, I was coming to a stop anyway. Yeah, even though it is a bit annoying trying to get here, in other words, I took like 3 buses to get here. But yeah, even though it is annoying to get here by public transport because it's limitedly served, it is a really good station once you get here and you find the entrance, because there's literally no signs for it. But anyway, I have loved it. I will be coming back either later this year or some point next year, because it has been one of those stations that I've been wanting to do for ages, and now I've come, I really want to do it again. And obviously I have been here for about an hour, and as you say, you pretty much caught everything. So yeah, that's all I've got to say. My next station will be either Lostock or Guide Bridge. I've not decided yet, but whichever or whatever video I do next, I will leave down in the comments below. But apart from that, from me here at Ardwick on the West Coast Main Line, I will see you all later. Take care, guys. Goodbye.